Whiskey Couyons.
Ida.
No.
2021, introducing live the motherfucking Whiskey Couyons.
I like that, but we gotta redo that. Okay. You know, I'm not.
Okay.
Alright, you can start it off.
Yeah, it's spaghetti arms.
All right. What's the date today?
27.
27. I don't know.
25th, dude.
Alright, good. Live, September 25th, 2021, post Ida, deep in South Louisiana, coming from Houma, Louisiana, Randy, John, Ryu. It's Whiskey Night, September 2021.
Let's get ready to drink.
All right.
Let's get ready to drink.
So-
some whiskey.
Hey,
Coming off of
didn't Buffer retire?
I don't know if Buffalo retired.
I think you get ready to just fucking grab that and just turn it up.
No, it really is good whiskey. It costs too much to turn up like that, but we just coming off of 3 reviews, really good reviews though. We did Corey Brecken, we did Lefroy Lore, yeah, Ardbeg, Corey Brecken, Lefroy Lore, and we did Pursuit United. So we did 2 scotches and a bourbon. We got a few pours out tonight that we're just gonna kind of pick whatever we want to feel like drinking. We got a little whiskey music playing, and we're just gonna have a good time. So.
There you go.
It's been a long time since we had whiskey night, so we was talking like post Ida, Hurricane Ida. Man, that was a fucking wreck. And people down here know what the fuck we're talking about. That was insane.
It was bad. We all just got power back.
Just starting to
a
get
week
back
or so
to
ago.
normal. So we're just gonna hang out, have a few
I
pours.
say we drink this. This will be similar to what we just had, and we can go into that.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to do scotches.
This is okay.
Most of
That's
everything
fine.
else is scotches, and I mean, other than the Penelope, if we want to drink some
This
more
is
of that.
very different, man. So
Right on.
I opened this and just tried a little bit the other day. I can't say that I was terribly impressed with it.
does it taste like real elk?
Ugh.
Here we go.
This is nice.
It tastes like elk barbecued for 2 hours, not 4 hours.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
dude.
old elk, aged 6 years,
Smell
selected
weed
by
on that.
Rouse's Market, 57.8% alcohol, so 115.6%.
Alright, you get the Rouse's pick.
Straight wheat whiskey.
I like
I like it already. It
yeah,
smells
you
good.
can smell the wheat in it. It's super smooth. Just
Yeah.
You ever read the back of
It
these
makes me wanna
bottles?
have a cigar while
They
I
all
smoke.
say like,
I know.
and I forgot
popping
what.
home tonight, bro.
I got a humidor. Pretty good.
All the
That's
guys
not
on
on
here,
my
like they always said that they make the finest whiskeys in the world.
They
Oh,
do.
dude,
Everybody makes
If
the
I made
finest
a
whiskey
whiskey,
in the world.
I would put that on my labels too. So,
I mean, that would be the name of my whiskey.
I'd like to
Finest
point out
whiskey.
too,
and then I would put on my back label all of the whiskey. This shit.
whiskey aside,
You're
I like
blessed
this
to be
bottle.
drinking this. You're
this is a
little big
badass
motherfucker.
bottle, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Like the shape, the solid bottom they
It is good.
have,
It is good.
and then
I like
this
it.
cork. Like I want to take this, I want to make it into a decanter. I'm going to take and sand this top part off. That way it don't say anything.
If I made a whiskey on the back of my whiskey,
Yeah.
it wouldn't even give tasting notes. It would just say, "You're
You're
blessed to
welcome."
have this drink. Enjoy every sip you take, peasant. Go back home to your shanty."
Yes, peasant. You heard me correctly.
You're welcome.
This is
It's
good.
good, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, super smooth.
I'm saying it's good. I haven't even tasted it yet. That's crazy.
That smells like
I've
wheat
never
bourbon.
had the old devil before.
I never had it either until recently, and I only just drank the neck pour just to get past the neck pour.
What do y'all put it? All right, so whenever it comes to weeded bourbon, would you say like holds its own? Not multiple whiskeys, but the one whiskey that holds its own when it comes to weeded whiskeys that you would judge other weeded whiskeys against.
What are we doing?
Well, I can't
Here,
pick
the
one.
First,
I have a
I
couple.
gotta know what we're doing. Are we doing like just? Okay. This is tough for me.
Brands, just a weeded whiskey.
Okay, if it comes to brand, I'm gonna say anything 100 plus proof from Maker's Mark.
Yeah,
Okay. That's why I say make it more
100%.
too.
I was gonna say Maker's Mark, and I know a lot of people go straight into saying,
Well,
hey, look, Weller, Antique, anything Pappy or something like that. And that's just all crazy, hard to find, stupid,
Well,
hard to get.
that was my only dilemma because now, granted, I know that
Weller.
pretty much the whole line is weeded, but Weller Antique is.
I know
That's good.
Makers
so
is
good.
one of those big names, and a lot of people contributed to being a lower name or
This is really good.
more like just a bottom shelf bourbon stuff. But Makers is actually really good whiskey, and it's a weeded whiskey, and it's the higher proof stuff is really phenomenal.
It's got a complexity. It's good. It really
but
is.
Other than Makers and say Weller,
proof on it though.
Shit, what's the one that we like? Book
Weller?
Book Note.
Oh, Blade and Bow.
Blade and Bow.
I like
Blade and
Blade and
Bow.
Bow.
Now that's not a high proofer one. It's I think it's lower than 100. I believe, or right there at 100.
Blade and Bow, it might be in a different category though. It's not like
That's weeded.
It is weeded, but it's it's a little different category, I think, of Blade and Bow.
See, I find wheats definitely need to be that higher proof category to really bring them out.
Blade and Bow, I think, is 91.
Yeah.
It's not up there. But
Wheats, I find because they balance everything and
it's a little too rounded to be.
they're rounder. You need a high proof in it, and this is really shocking because it's 115. So this was a birthday gift from my wife. Which, can't really see on the camera right now, but
Thanks,
Yeah.
Melissa.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This was probably on the
Hey, it's
table
my
when y'all went to
birthday.
bring her.
It's
to
my
the-
birthday too.
It was. Hey, look, I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't
to
even
you.
know I had it in.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It was still sealed. That's the only reason why you tried it first.
I'll be like, got home and like, hey, there's my, your birthday present. That's on the table. It's like,
It's
well, did you
open.
try it? It's like it's half gone already. Like, come on, you could at least waited until I got home. It's
No, 'cause I've been
no.
looking at these for a while, man, and I just every time I go and I see the weeded pig,
Oh, yeah.
economics,
Yeah.
and I always just
I don't know
I
why I
always
thought,
get something else because they got so much of it. I'm like, it's gonna be here next time.
I thought it was Canadian
They
whiskey,
still have
and
a
maybe
lot,
it's
though.
just that caribou and elk, deer kind of like
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Maybe it's just I always just looked at that and thought it was Canadian whiskey. And
I
I
almost
just always
brought that
overlooked
tonight.
it.
I almost brought that tonight, but I figured
I
we
hear
had
it's
plenty
good.
to drink. No,
I just-
honestly,
Caribou
and-
Crossing?
yeah, and I've never had.
I like it.
I haven't had a ton of Canadian whiskey, but up till now, Caribou Crossing is far my favorite Canadian.
I would never think this is 100.
And here's the crazy thing about Caribou Crossing, right? It's a Canadian whiskey, but guess who distributes it?
Okay.
Which one?
Dude,
Oh, Caribou Crossing?
I would never think this is 115 proof. But that being said,
It just knows it.
it's not complex at all. It's super simple.
It don't knows 115 for sure.
No, I don't know. There's a creaminess to it, though.
Dude, it's a great drinker. Like this is on a hot day on the rocks, kind of like right here. There's no complexity, no depth.
I bet this would be really good, like you said, poured over a nice
Right.
rice ball.
Me
It
personally,
is really good.
I like.
Just-
I'm more of a rye bourbon fan, but this it comes off like a cream, honestly. And I guess that's the roundedness of the wheat, but it comes off as like a fucking cream, like there's a creamy vanilla to it,
And it's all you flavors up front,
right?
right up front. There's
Yeah.
no
vanilla ice cream, maybe.
There's no palate or finish or anything like that. It's just as soon as you take your sip, there it is.
Cream and vanilla, man.
How's this? You know, of course, when you make a root beer float and you pour the root beer over the ice cream and that thick
Yeah.
head that comes up off
Yeah.
the root beer,
That's it, dude.
Might
that's
be
what
wrong.
it
There
is.
might be a little bit of a finish.
It's
there.
very vanilla
It's vanilla all the
Up
way.
front,
It's fucking
with a
vanilla.
little hint of some sweetness outside of the vanilla, but there's really no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love making root beer floats, and when I do it, I take a bowl and I put it in the freezer. I take the root beer and I put it in the freezer. And I'll wait about, the bowl I'll put in there for longer, but I'll wait about 10-15 minutes to get it a little bit colder than it's supposed to be.
Vanilla ice cream
And you-
over oak. Yeah,
You
definitely
put
a
that
lot of
over
it
some
to do.
the homemade vanilla bluebell
I'll be right back.
with the root beer. It's gotta be the bark root beer too.
Oh no,
Get that bite.
I find A&W makes a better one.
I like
wait,
the
you know who got some good root beer? Freddie's root beer.
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo Trace?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is it the same
Never
river
heard
you
of
bought when we was there, or you
Yeah.
bought some more?
They never changed it. No. I bought some more from Penales.
Okay. Yeah.
Penales sells it now.
Or is
No,
it
you get it like
alcoholic root beer?
no, it's just
Really?
root beer.
I've been knowing.
Yeah, he makes his own root beer. We actually found that out. I think when we went to Buffalo Trace,
Oh, that's interesting.
and I think he picked some up there. I guess he didn't, like you said, he got it at Canada. So, but yeah, man, you put all that in there, and that way when you pour your root beer on top of your ice cream, you get those ice crystals that just they're like little sharp bits of just ice that just
Gives
stab
a
you in
little
the mouth.
texture to it.
Yeah, when you eat it, oh my god, it's
They
awesome.
melt so quick it doesn't.
Yeah,
I get that.
you got to get it like super icy and just when you pour it over the ice cream, swirl it around a little bit, you eat a little bit. And, it's awesome. So I wasn't getting a lot of continuous like it does it lasts a little bit, but it's still a one note pony, you know. all your flavors pretty much up front, and it's the same flavors all the way through.
Yeah, there's not a lot of complexity to
I
it.
get vanilla note, man.
It's
What
definitely vanilla, the caramel.
I get caramel. Definitely.
Little
It's,
Vanilla
it's
caramel?
very bourbon-esque. It just
Yeah.
It's good. It is good.
I think
it's
it's
just
good.
not complex. It's really good. My only fault on it would be possibly the lack of a finish. And I mean, I know it's 115 proof. There's a little bit of burn there, but the burn, none of it really carries on.
I would give this to somebody who doesn't really drink a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
whiskey.
It's like decent, but it's not like super long.
No, it's not. It
I
doesn't
bet you
carry.
this would
It
be a
doesn't.
great
Well, there's
mix.
not a specific flavor I find that carries through the finish. It just kind of just mellows
Either
out.
on the rocks or with some Coke. Dude, this would fucking kill.
Dude. You know what I bet this would do? Maybe not Coke. Being a vanilla guy or a Dr. Pepper guy, you see
Yeah.
like the cherry flavors to
Oh,
this.
dude, that would
would
be
be really
great with
good.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Because it has a lot of the same notes that Dr. Pepper has.
Yeah.
That
But
cherry,
Dr. Pepper
vanilla.
have 12 flavors. This one has like 4.
23.
Oh
Or
yeah,
32.
23.
Baskin
No,
Robbins.
it's 23.
It's
Root
23, yeah.
beer float, Baskin
I thought it was
Robbins.
12. I fucked it up.
Way to half-ass it, Randy.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
You ever
When
you ever
you're
try
on
that
that
Dr.
flavors,
Pepper and
you
cream
buy it.
soda? They have a Dr. Pepper and cream soda that's really good. I don't know. I don't mix too much stuff, but
Yeah.
I think if I did mix something and it happened to be Old Elk by accident, it would probably mix really well with Dr. Pepper and cream
Oh,
soda.
mix.
The only
Mix
problem
this
with mixing with Dr. Pepper, I think it may be a little
Blended
bit too
cereal.
sweet.
Probably be good.
Because this is sweet and
Elk
creamy.
steaks.
If you
I
mix
would-
it, it'd be sweet.
Grind elk butthole.
Dr. Elk.
Puree it. Yeah.
Dr. Elk. We just made a new mixture.
I call it elk comps too.
One,
I call it elk squared.
one day when I have my own
Elk
bar and
squared.
restaurant,
Elk squared. It's
I'm
be
gonna
elk
have what's
butthole
called
and old elk. Elk comes too.
an old Dr. Elk. Old Dr. Elk.
It is good. I like it. It is simple. It's got its simplicity to
Old
it.
Dr. Elk pepper.
It's good. I like it. It's I get caramel, vanilla, of course.
Caramel.
Basically, it's a quintessential bourbon.
It's an easy drinker, man. But it's a really good easy drinker.
It
I
is
think.
missing spice, but it doesn't have rye in it, and that's where it's missing the spice. It's okay though. It's still good.
Here's the thing, like I would think it would have a better finish, age 6 years or so.
I think it has a good finish, but it's not like
It's not
super
complex.
long.
It's not
Yeah.
complex and it's not super long. It's just, I say it's one note. There are notes in there. It just they all come up front really quick and they don't
Oh, man.
really change over as the palate or anything like that. It just stays the same. You just can pinpoint them as it.
Vanilla and caramel.
I like it though, man. I could drink that shit. I'm telling you, I think it'd be great on the rocks. Man, smoking a cigar. With
This
that,
would be good.
Yeah, this would be good.
I really do believe
I
that.
have to save it for you.
It's like a really good cafe, like coffee.
you
Shit,
get that.
I was thinking Padron.
I was thinking like a harsher
Harsher,
cigar
yeah.
with this.
I'm thinking like a cafe scene, something that would
I
add.
think a cafe would be
something
too,
that would add some sweetness.
because it has that creaminess to it, and the
Yeah.
cafe's gonna have that too. But oh, that
Yep.
finally popped. You know, put some water in that. I thought that would be a good comparison compared to what we just had a while ago. They both being kind of weedy, but
Yeah. Now here's
It's a
the
little bit
question: do you want to try that before that, or that before that?
let's say if we're gonna drink bourbons, let's do
It's a little
bourbons and
lighter.
then get into the scotch. Because I mean, it's just too different.
Yeah, but that Caledonia, man, that's only 92 proof. So if you
I
get
did
two,
see
Hey, look,
one of
92
them.
proof.
oh, okay.
I did see one of the websites that you buy shit and order it had the cask proof version of those.
Western.
Yeah, with sherry. And also, they're one of the first up and coming people to offer a subscription, a paid membership to the distillery, basically. And I don't know all what it comes with. I believe there's different levels.
That's in Oregon, though.
No, Seattle.
Seattle.
Natural filter. No
Made in
color.
Seattle, aged in Seattle.
Cold and rainy up there.
And it's close to the ocean.
It brings that sort of edge to the whiskey, cold and rainless.
I don't know. I mean, it's
Puts a drama into the whiskey.
not got.
God, this tastes so emotional.
Like forks.
I get a hint of
Oh,
dreariness
shit.
with the sherry.
What? Say
Sorry.
what?
Now you took the top off of it.
Nope.
Oh,
I know
hey,
what's
dude.
wrong with it. It's
Does
a
it
screw
twist
top.
off?
It's a screw top.
I was saying, that's one hell of a cork. That's one hell of a twist top.
I'm still in the bourbon over here, man.
Ugh.
Y'all are speedy.
Hey man, we're trying to get through tonight.
Oh man.
It's been a rough month, you know.
This is good, man. And look, you said you tried the American oak.
Yeah, American Oak was good.
I am really curious.
You drank
to
these,
try-
right?
Yeah.
That was a terrible first smell impression.
Sherry, dude. 100%
Sherry's good.
Sherry
Maybe not so
bomb.
bad on that one, but
Sherry bomb. With
Sherry
sherry
bomb
bomb with young corn.
Damn, that's sherry.
It's
smells-
got the young corn notes
Through
to it,
here,
but it's sherry. 100%.
it smelled like fermenting corn, like it was still in the process of making alcohol.
Well, maybe now it's 100 proof.
It smells like fermenting corn.
There's a
young,
thing.
young.
So, any kind of malt, like malt whiskey, barley itself is delicate, way more delicate than corn. It's good and it's bad because, like I said, remember we talked about a cigar? A cigar, like with a scotch, it'll kill the flavor of the scotch because it's such a delicate grain that whenever anything you do to it too, like if you add this to it or add that to it, leave it aged for this long, or put it in this cask. No, a cask will overkill it. Like it'll over oak the scotch a lot of times. So they have to be. It's very delicate, but being so delicate, it has a lot of complexity to it.
I think
So, like scotch itself, barley whiskeys have more complexity than bourbon does, hands down.
this is a single malt.
Yeah.
So it's barley.
It's all barley,
100%.
and it probably has a lot of complexity to it. We'll see.
And I really think
I like bourbon too, though. But sometimes you just want that one, two
obviously this
hit
is
notes.
temperature.
You know?
This is temperature, climate, and yeast cask is basically the.
Does this have
Which
aged
is
in? I think
weird.
you said 2 years
No.
a while ago, huh?
I don't think it does.
It's being really high up north
Unless
like
it's
that.
on the back somewhere.
I'll be
I
honest
think it
with
needs
you.
to be
Being an
aged longer.
American single malt, you never know.
Westland Sherry Wood is a new world approach to old world ideas. For decades, the use of ex-sherry cask for whiskey maturation has been
Maturation? Go with that one.
favored technique in Scotland and beyond, and marrying the decadence of sherry with our unique grain-forward house style, we create something altogether new. Like a barley we source, we hold our sherry casks at high standards of quality. These casks held some of the world's finest
Spanish sherry.
Pedro.
Oh, yeah.
Pedro.
Pedro Jimenez. Good shit.
I would have never had. You didn't even look at the word.
I know my sherry, man, because I know my scotch.
Yeah, I would have never been able.
Most people call it
Say that. Say it again.
Pedro Ximenez.
Ximenez. All right.
PX sherry.
All right.
Very, very sweet sherry. The sweetest sherry. Oloroso is not a sherry, it's PX.
Ximenez. That's a sort of an X.
Yeah.
All right, and Orlonzo sherry.
Oloroso?
Yeah, Oloroso. Yeah, I threw an R in there.
Oloroso is not as sweet as PX, but Oloroso is very good.
For nearly a century in the skilled hands of our Coopers and Matilla, Spain, Montella, I don't know.
I go with that.
Pronunciating words is not my, here, you read it. Not my forte.
Montilla.
Montilla.
They have been given new life and purpose. A long-standing partnership with this family-owned cooperage now provides us with one of the largest supplies of sherry cask in the motherfucking United States.
Nice.
Alright, man. Let's try this.
Yes, please.
Take the cork off.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is
Oh, man. That's a nice pop. Oh, dude, it's very sherry, dude. It smells like a lot of sherry.
Big time.
What's that sherry one that I
Super
always
sherry.
bring up?
A can.
Oh, this is gonna be good. God,
That's one I always said
This
it
could be
tastes
better
like
than
a
the American
sherry
one
bomb.
I tried. I can tell you right now. American or Scotch?
American. The bourbon. The one that I have.
Oh, Noble Oak.
Noble Oak.
No, this
I probably just gonna predate that. This reminds me of Noble Oak.
is a very sherry freaking Scotch. Well, American single malt. It's not a Scotch.
It's an American Scotch.
I thought it was really interesting, which is one of the reasons why I've really been kind of looking forward to doing the Westward product line.
This is more my speed right here. I like this.
Alright,
That's just,
so single malt, right? So barley, right?
yeah.
100%.
Now give it. I was smelling it from the nose right here, or from the cap, or whatever, and it smelled it like, like corn.
Young.
I'm gonna like this, dude. This is more my speed. This is me. I know y'all like bourbon, but this is me right
Now that it's in
I
a
like
bigger
some
glass,
barley,
it
dude.
doesn't smell like corn, but it still smells like it's fermenting.
here. That is sherry and half.
Not only is it sherry, but somehow, you know what I'm getting on this? I tried it one time, I had one glass, that was it, and I let it open up. So this is my second time trying it, but you know what I get out of this that I didn't get the first time? Brine.
I know
A
what
little bit. Not as much as you would get on on a Scotch, but there's a good
I
bit
get
of
that.
brine to here.
So a lot of the sherry, it can get so sherry that it comes off as a what you would call the Lagavulin destruct mass. So that's what it is.
Sulfur.
Sulfur, a sulfur sherry. That is a thing where it gets so sherry it has a sulfur note to it.
Okay.
You said Lagavulin, and I was going to say this a minute ago. It kind of reminds me of Lagavulin on the nose.
Yeah, it's got that. It's got a
It's
sulfur
not-
note.
Yeah, it's not a Lafroy nose or Nordbeck
Right.
nose. It's
There's no peat whatsoever. There's no peat smoke. There's no smoke. But it has like a sulfur note from the sherry.
There's a sweet,
You can almost say raisin, maybe.
maybe raisin. I'm thinking sweeter than that though.
now that it's in a glass, and the nose is definitely
Maybe
opening up a little
stewed
bit more.
plums. Cook down some plums down.
I still get the hint of corn, and it might be just.
it's like sweet like plums.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but I'm laughing with you because I would say plum. You know,
Oh, yeah. But super sweet. Like
Yeah.
stewed
Yeah.
down and cooked down.
Yeah, and then they add the sugar to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still get a hint of corn
It gets specific.
on the
man.
nose, and maybe that's just from the other glass.
See, I don't get any corn from it at all. But it's just
I don't know. There's that first hint that I got right from the bottle. It just smelled like corn.
Dark fruit.
yeah, a lot of
Like
dark
you
fruit.
said, the plums, but definitely I would go dark fruit.
Stewed run, stewed. You know, it's plums.
Stewed dark fruit.
Definitely plums. Raisins.
Kind of like you were trying to make a plum preserve, where you just added
Yeah.
an ass ton of sugar through your plums.
Yeah.
And just
One more
cook
Colativo was
them down
fucking
to
canning
nothing.
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Fucking
everybody's
forever.
blackberry
Yeah,
wine down
bitch.
here. Fucking loaded with sugar.
That's good though.
It's
a lot of
It smells
sugar.
super sweet. It smells 100% sherry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, let's taste this motherfucker.
Yeah, it's Noble Oak Scotch.
Mmm.
That's
Dude.
not bad, dude.
Dark fruit, cinnamon.
Dude.
There's sherry on that.
That is good.
Yes.
God, dude. You gonna make me want to buy a bottle of this shit. Seriously.
You reminded me of, is it Coleman? What was the one that we tried against the Ardbeg Ugadale? 15 year that you had. Was it Kilcoman? No.
I have Kilhoman right there. That's a Sanai, but that's very smoky.
It was another one. No, it's,
Oh, okay.
it's not that one.
Oh, bro.
It's one that you
I
had
like
the
this, man.
15 year, but then like the 12 year more. Or
Glengoyne Quinta Rubin. You talking about? That was the only one I liked. The 12 more than
Glen
14.
Goyne's not Glen
we
Goyne.
tried this
Glen
right
Goyne.
up against
Glenmore,
Ugadale,
yeah.
and they were very similar. But
Glenmore.
I just remember that because that's probably like the one scotch that I had that was
you
kind
know,
of.
I like that.
it is.
Oh,
I like the Glenmore orangey cake though.
Nah.
On the nose.
I don't get the lightness of the Glenmore cake.
Or
It
the-
doesn't like a light fruit.
I can
The
tell you
fruitiness
straight
of
up,
it.
like Glenmorangie cake was a light fruit pineapple bomb.
This does
I
have
get the
some-
fruitiness on the nose.
Oh yeah, definitely fruity as fuck, dude. And even if you would say cake, I would say
I
hell yeah.
haven't.
I would get a cake smell from it. But yeah, it's very sweet.
What I remember of the
Yeah,
cake,
More
like
like a
dessert.
dark cake though, like almost like a chocolate
Yeah,
cake.
What I
get
remember
a lot
of it, this
chocolate
reminds
in
me of
very
cake.
dessertish.
Mhm.
You know, dessert, fruit, creaminess from the sherry. You can say raisin, but it's almost have a more creamy than raisin. You know?
Like
It's like
a milk chocolate covered raisin.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
God, what is it?
I'm just getting chocolate on this now.
Hey, I can get chocolate from it. Toffee, English toffee.
Yeah.
Werther's original, maybe.
I don't know. It's more caramel to me than toffee. I think. When I think Werther's original.
I get that. It's
I
that
get
cream.
toffee, right?
I guess that sherry cake cream.
Yeah.
Kind of like, almost like a frosting.
Mm-hmm. Very good flavor. Man, I like them. Honestly, this is really, really good.
That coming from America,
That is really good.
I would drink that and really just think Scotch. I don't get.
Okay, so
Yeah, I get American single malt from it, but it's really good.
yeah,
I
Well,
would
I mean,
think that would come from a Glengoyne or something like that.
I'm not as-
Scotland has that one flavor that
I'm not as well rounded in Scotch as maybe you guys are, but when I think Scotch is a little more brine than this. Like my familiar Scotches, they're a little more brine and a little more smoke. This is kind of lacking on smoke. And I'm really glad that this is sherry. You were talking earlier about the American oak, which
This is
go
better.
to sherry
No,
over the
this is
American
better
oak.
than American oak.
But I think the sherry wood here
This is probably
kind
worth
of makes it
extra money.
more like Scotch than the
Yeah,
American oak.
Probably so.
If I had to be honest.
If I had to guess or
The
think,
American
of this,
oak is an ex-bourbon cast.
I
This is
find
a
this
lot
is
better.
more Scotch than it is American whiskey. Like if I were to drink it just blind, I would
Yeah.
think that
But if I put a Scotch next up to it with it, you would be thinking otherwise.
maybe.
Maybe
I
like
guarantee you.
an unpeated Scotch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I could put the most American Scotch I would think of would be that.
I think when
Oh,
these
bro.
guys sit down to
No,
make
the
this,
Spike Straight.
Really?
Yeah, because it's got like a bourbon taste because of the spikes of the wood.
Okay. Yeah, like a
And
rye.
I guarantee you'd be like, no, this is Scotch.
I think when they sit down to
You
make
would taste
this,
it.
obviously they were going for a Scotch-esque,
Oh, it's Scotch. yes,
something like
but-
that,
Yeah.
And of American Scotch-esque whiskeys, it's probably the closest I've had.
I'd say.
I don't know that I've ever had an American single malt other than this.
I drank a whole bottle of Stranahan.
I was gonna say
Colorado?
Stranahan's about
Oh,
the
that's
only
a
other
single
one,
malt.
but that stuff's
That's
really
very-
young.
It's
It's
older label?
It's close, but this is better.
Yeah.
The yellow gold label?
Yellow label.
That stuff's really young. This is better. This is the
this
closest
is
thing
much better.
to an American Scotch that I think I've had.
Well, here's the difference though when you're talking about the process or whatever, but Stranahan's is Colorado.
Yeah.
This is
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
They're a little more prone to
They're
salty,
more north and
salty
There's
And
climates.
colder climate.
Yeah.
So
than
they're
Colorado
close
would
to the Scotland climate, and they're by the water, by the sea.
I would say the closest.
And the rain.
Crazy as this is gonna sound, the closest thing I've had to a Scotch taste in American whiskey is Mirador.
Well,
It's completely used oak.
you're right about that. It's
And
pretty close.
it's aged in Texas. But dude, it tastes like a Scotch grain whiskey. It's
Think
aged
about
for like
this,
30
too.
years.
What place in America is as close, or the climate is the most similar to Scotland? Gotta be Seattle.
I mean,
It's colder.
Seattle, Maine.
It rains all the time,
Maine.
and it's by the sea, by the ocean.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna make a single malt Scotch-esque kind of like whatever, Seattle.
I mean, it does taste very Scotchish.
It
But
does,
if I
it
put
does.
that next to the Scotch whiskey, you know the difference.
But
but
again,
it's really
Balmore.
Oh?
Balmore is the one I was thinking of.
Oh, Balmore.
15.
I got it down there. Bowmore.
Balmore, yeah.
It's smoky. It's
No, it was right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's smoky.
That's the one that I was thinking. We had. It was either 12 or
Right.
15 that we had. It was sherry. It's very similar to
It's
Ugadale,
very sherry. Yeah.
but it wasn't quite on the level as Ugadale or whatever. That's this one reminds me of.
But if I pull that Balmore, all you would taste is smoke compared to this. Balmore's smoky, dude. That's Isla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I find they're very similar in the kind of sense that they both were very sherry-esque. And
Yeah.
just
I
This one has
I do
a lot
like.
of
I
cream.
love Balmore. That's one of my favorite. Matter of fact, that's one of the first Scotch whiskeys I really got into, and it just was dawning on me like I love fucking Scotch whiskey. And
Yeah.
fucking Balmore's good. Balmore 15 year.
Yeah.
But that was my first impression when we were just trying to like, all right, what's is it Balmore? I couldn't think of the name of it, but yeah.
I love Balmore.
I'm gonna do it. I just wanna know.
You put a little water in it? Alright, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's see what it does. I got a little water in here.
I got 3 right
I'm gonna
there.
take the dropper and stuff.
The thing about this,
a gallon in my damn
yeah,
bottle.
proper too. I don't want to overpour.
I got the caps never welcome to it. I
Get
never
a good
drank
of
out
that
of it.
shit. All right. Put a couple of drops in.
So whiskey night, right?
Drops.
We've been talking about whiskey a lot. Let's talk about non-whiskey related stuff. We already know this is honestly, personally to me, this whiskey that's really fucking good, dude. If we talking like compared to the bourbon we've had, like honestly, the Corey Brecken and the Lefroy Glory, I like it better. But I like those better than this. But
This is surprising enough
that
right
is
here.
great, dude.
Yeah.
Like if we talking like whiskey wise, like compared to the Bourbon United, Pursuit United, Penelope, this other stuff I've had, the Old Elk, that is fucking great. That Sherrywood Westland, I really like it. So Ida, dude. So I stayed here. My girlfriend's never been through a hurricane, much less a Category 4/5 hurricane. I don't even know what it was.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
I think it's gonna be a
They
five.
don't want to categorize it as 5 because if we don't have to pay deductibles or this and that or something like that.
Dude, it was badass.
And Fouchon on one of the Swiss boats,
Spent
they
so
had
much
gusts
money.
of 228 mile an hour and sustained winds of 190 mile an hour. From what I understand, the last forecast that they had was 4 hours before the storm even hit Fouchon. Because they sent a plane out there and it broke the fucking windows, the windshield on the plane. So the
That was
plane
a
came
bad
back.
hurricane, dude.
So they have no idea how powerful it actually
So
got.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm usually not a person that, no matter what the storm, like I've been through a lot of storms here, and probably the same storms y'all have in South
But
Louisiana.
dude, they all die whenever you get
Right.
down
There's
to
never one storm that I was like, oh my god, like this is rough. But we was at my dad's house, and dude, it was rough, dude. I looked at when I heard my dad lives in a brick house that that. It's like, it's pretty fortified, dude. Like, you don't hear the weather when you're in there. It's pretty well insulated. But when we was in there, dude, the walls were like doing this, in and out. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, son of a fucking dick. Dude, the window was, the mirror he had on the thing was moving on the walls. Like, what the fuck?
They say
Dude, so when I
you
seen
can
that,
feel the wood and the walls, whatever, like push in
Dude,
up to a foot.
when I seen that, I went outside, and it was probably just a bad time to go outside. It was just the circumstances of the situation. But
I made a bunch of rounds outside just checking shit.
oh, me too. But the time I went outside, whenever the walls were doing that, there was a piece of the fucking. He had a wood fence. I knew that was coming down, but this wood fence came over, and when I came outside, this wood fence, dude. Right when I opened the door, I caught the door because it was blowing. So I finally like lowered the door to where it's not gonna blow anymore. I seen a piece of the wood fence pick up and fly. I was like, and the wind was kicking ass, dude. I said, fuck this. I went inside. And I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I'm an exploratory motherfucker. But when I see a piece of a fence fly, like somebody, like a giant picked it up and threw it, it's time to get back inside. I was like, son of a bitch. We got problems.
I kept on
It's gonna be
going.
bad. Yeah, dude. It's
I
gonna
kept
be
on
fucking
going
bad.
outside, making my rounds, make sure all my windows
God,
covered.
that was about 11 o'clock at night. I was like, it's fucking bad right now.
all my boards, checking all of that, and like, dude, it was bad way before that. And it just where we're
That was
at,
the peak, I think.
Dude,
11:30.
that eye wall set on us
God,
for
dude.
like 8 hours. So it
Dude,
just
this whiskey, man.
it just
fucking
beat the
great.
hell out of. But dude, when you walk outside and you literally have to have safety glasses on because the rain is flying at you so hard and so fast that you can't see without them. It was ridiculous, dude. Like, and I got to a point where like, oh, fuck this, I can't go outside and check my windows.
Dude, it's,
Cause dude, you're right.
that's
Like,
a standout.
you got shit flying at you.
It's crazy. Yeah. I like to feel the wind, but if I got fucking pieces of shit flying and can potentially hit me in the fucking head, I'm done, dude. I want to stay outside.
When the rain feels like BBs
Right.
flying at you, dude, it's.
No, that was rough, dude.
I wasn't like these two. I evacuated. I went to
Now look, everybody's like, "Oh, you should evacuate. You should evacuate." By the time we could evacuate, we could not buy gas. We could not buy water.
oh yeah.
You know what I was worried about? Getting stuck on the road. That's all.
Yeah,
We,
and we, you know,
we couldn't
we'd have been on the
find
road
gas
still
until we
waiting
got
to
past
get out.
Lake Charles, or past Lafayette, headed to Lake Charles.
Okay.
And
So
that's
we-
headed to Galveston. But
By the time we could get out of work and do everything that we need to do, and actually be able to board up and get everything done, she got home. You couldn't get gas. You would have to wait hours in line just to get gas, and then most places were already sold out of gas. So she didn't have gas in her vehicle. I had some in mine. We could have left, but honestly, by the time we could have got gas again, we would have ran out of gas before we got gas again. Just waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Leaving, honestly, wasn't really a real option for us.
I told her it's gonna sound crazy. It sound like an asshole thing to do, but show like my girlfriend never been through a storm, and I was like, look, if you've never been through a storm, I mean, instead of evacuating, it'd be a good experience to at least make it through a storm and experience
And especially a
a
good storm.
powerful storm.
But here's the thing,
But let
look.
me tell you, after experiencing it, I'm like, yeah,
we should have freaking rolled out.
let's not do this again. I think this would be a
100%.
one and done.
It was, but look, we've been through a lot of storms.
That was
I've
a
been
rough
through a lot
one,
of storms,
dude.
right? They always build up. Oh, it's a 2. Now it's a 3.
Yeah.
It gets right to the coastline. Oh, it's a 2 again. It's barely gonna
Hype
get
it
us.
up. Hype it up.
It's gonna 1.5 or whatever. They all die down right when they get to the coast.
Right.
Not Idaho.
This
But here's
motherfucker was
You fucked us. We got on that live. He's like, Idaho's a bitch, man. I was like, fuck you, Randy. I'm coming to visit.
So here's the thing.
She
For
came
those-
back with a vengeance, dude.
For those of you that aren't from Louisiana and don't know, here's the thing about what happened with Ida that was, I won't say unique, but Ida kind of perfected, almost perfected the art, right? So,
Bad bitch.
the hurricanes feed off of warm water, which is abundant in the Gulf of Mexico. We're a very hot climate area, but
Next.
what happened is Ida was so strong that
No, wash your glass out for that one.
Ida was so
I'm going
strong
to the
that
Lake
it
Aaron. I
pushed
did rinse already.
It's
it
different.
pushed the
It's different.
it pushed enough water
Last one was
inland from the Gulf, and it had enough rain in front of it that it stayed feeding off of warm water long after it came inland, and normally when hurricanes come in, they hit land and they instantly die down, and honestly, by the time they get here, they've dropped from a category 2 to a 1 or a category 3 to a 2. But Ida remained a category 4 until
It was
well
saying,
past.
it was
They
like,
had boats
well,
in
when
Fouchon.
it came up and landed, it was like, oh my god.
Boats in Fouchon.
I'm gonna say Ida like.
Sustained winds at 190
Let's just say
miles.
Ida was like a Cajun old woman, right? Like, oh, when I get to the coast, I know they're gonna take my steam on me. So she got to the coast, like, oh, they got them wetlands, woo! And that bitch got stronger, you know?
She said, "Oh my teeth."
Yeah. Boy, they got them wetlands over here.
Well,
it's
bad, like I
on.
said,
And that bitch got stronger. So
Yeah.
when it came up and where it came up, where we're at,
or it didn't really get stronger. Let me not say it got stronger, but it maintained its strength.
it did.
That's crazy.
So it came up basically Bayou Lafourche, just to the west side of Bayou Lafourche, and basically hit, Golden Meadow, Cut Off, Galliano, all of the places in between. And those were a lot of more the west side of it, or so on. But when it hit Thibodaux, where we're at, Thibodaux Homa area, it stopped and it did this little juke. So when it turned, like, we was in the north side of the eye wall, and then we was in the northwest eye wall, and then we was in the west eye wall, and then we was in the southwest, and then we was in the south eye wall. So we stayed in the eye wall for about 8 hours straight of it just beating the piss out of us. And we was getting tons of winds beforehand, so it was 12 hours.
Yeah, I heard
Easy.
tropical storm winds for 11 hours and hurricane.
When I was
force
doing
winds
that live on TikTok,
for about 7 to 8
It shouldn't
in
have
some
stopped.
places. Yeah.
we was doing that live on TikTok, dude. Like, it was probably good 70, 80 mile consistent winds, and then we'd have the gusts, we were blowing me over and shit like that, probably up to 100 and this and that. It got so much worse than that. It was bad. I mean, I was out of power 15 days. Luckily, we didn't lose water. Almost everybody else I know down the bayou, they all lost
We
water
lost
as
water.
well.
We lost water, but water and power came back within a week, I think. Here, anyway.
Yeah.
But we have I think energy was trying to get power back to places that had we have a water filtrate, we have a water plant right there,
Well, see,
and then we have a school right here with a church, and we have the school right here. That
they said that we was on a boil thing right there where we're at.
Yeah,
Thibodaux, I heard, actually never really was on anything.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't. Even if we're not on a ball water, I don't drink that shit that comes out the faucet,
Oh,
regardless, dude.
I run all my shit.
I'm buying distilled water to make fucking coffee, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
We was all on, other than showers and this and that, we was all on a water bottle.
All right, dude. That was
you done?
that was great.
That is phenomenal, and I like it.
I fucking love it.
I like it, and okay, so the
What's
difference
that
for
bottle
me.
run? Where did you get it?
75
78?
somewhere around there.
Where
Somewhere
did you
between
get it?
Rouse's, the Epicurean into it. The one off
Westland
308.
has a so this is Westland Sherrywood.
Yes.
Put it up against the camera. It should focus in on it.
Okay.
That's why I was doing that earlier.
So they have an American single malt, which is decent. It really, I say it's better than decent. It's good. But this Westland Sherrywood, they have an American wood and they have a Sherrywood. This is way better. I find anyway.
I've never tried the American oak, but
American
if
oak.
I had to guess,
That's
I
what
would
it is.
say that this sherry would put it. I almost feel like if it did have the American oak, if I was tasting that right now, it would taste more like a bourbon almost. You know.
Maybe so. It's
Yeah.
bourbon cask. So like American oak is good, but this Sherrywood is just like it's on another level. It
And I've
really is.
seen, now that I've really gotten into this and I've tried it, by the time I'm done with this bottle, I hope I can still find it. But I've seen
Oh, that is
a cask a cask strength version of the sherry wood that I'd really love to get my hands on. And it's not just like, 110 or nothing like that. It's like 120 proof.
Damn.
Cask strength version. Yeah, I would.
That's what I'm saying.
love to
Just
get
when you think you had a good bit of whiskey, you see something and you're like, damn, when did they come up with this
But
shit?
here's the thing
Yeah,
about
great.
bourbon, man. Like, or I say bourbon. Here's the thing about American whiskey. They've gotten so big. Like the bourbon fad in America has gotten so big that these craft distilleries there's thousands of craft distilleries all over America that are doing all kinds of different things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a craft distillery really has no business trying to make Buffalo Trace because they've been doing it for 100 years. They all do something different, and
Yeah.
that's what's awesome about it. You can taste
We went through all that
craft
stuff.
distillery and never taste the same thing, dude. I love craft.
That's good though. That West line. We never even tried the Old Soul, man.
Yeah.
That Hocus Pocus pick. That is great, dude. It's bourbon though. We're kind of on Scotch right now. Well, we're on malt whiskey. So
Back to Ida real quick. Everybody always like, oh man, zombie apocalypse, right? I got that, no problem. I tell you what, if you ever want to know what a zombie apocalypse would be like, post Hurricane Ida. I'm gonna tell you what,
Not a soul round.
fighting for food, fighting for gas.
I didn't like that.
Oh my god, dude, waiting, just trying to get any kind of supplies or anything like that is unreal.
Oh, yeah.
We sat hours in line waiting to get gas, only to get to the gas pump and find out they're sold out.
I got people waiting for fast food, and I'm like, bro.
Dude, they're still waiting for fast food. Try to get fast food at lunchtime.
I don't try to get fast food. You know why? Because it's fast food. I have brisket and shit in the freezer. I'm good.
Well,
That you
Go to
had cook
Popeyes.
that.
go to Popeyes. You better go before
I got chicken in the freezer.
10 o'clock or after 2
Fuck
o'clock.
that shit, dude.
Because that line is long.
Dude,
But-
I'll eat motherfucking ham sandwiches before that shit.
I had plenty of fun.
I waited in 2 gas lines.
It's great, dude. You know what's better? A ham sandwich I can give you right now, or you waiting 2 lines in line for Popeye's chicken. I guarantee you the ham sandwich would be bittersweet and delicious.
You know why? Because you're hungry now.
But nonetheless, like I said, I waited in 2 lines to get to the gas pump. Got to the gas pump, ran out of gas. Then I waited in another line for 6 hours to get gas.
Am I saying
He's already
mushroom?
drinking it.
I'm already drinking this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, y'all slacking ass, man.
Alright, so
Look,
look,
fucking around, dude. It's been a rough month.
Edge door 12. I'm gonna show you the bottle.
That hurricane is only part of it, man.
I'm about to chug this fucking water. I'll tell you
Edge door
that.
12. This is Caledonia. So it's it is a sherry cask, but it's Dougie McLean is a singer in Scotland, made this whiskey. Or actually, it's a celebrity whiskey, kind of like what we do with Metallica. What do you mean?
Blackened.
Blackened, and then
You know that there's a Willet Blackened now?
Slipknot made a number 9 and stuff like that. But this is the same
Slipknot's
thing in
still
Scotland, and it's phenomenal. It really is good. So good that they made it part of the lineup. You know?
I listen to this more than I listen to the radio
No,
now, so I couldn't tell you.
There used to be a Slipknot song I liked. I can't remember the name of it offhand. But
Oh, Slipknot song? There's one of them I like. For sure.
Wait and Bleed.
You like Wait and Bleed? I like
Wait and Bleed, man. That was the best song. Probably their only song that's worth a damn.
That's good enough for me, man. I got another bottle of this shit.
You got another one already?
Oh, fuck yeah. I bought another one right after.
It's good,
so
dude.
good. So
We were just talking about another whiskey being so good, and it is good. The Cherrywood, this is better.
Scotch stuff. And there you go.
Where's that?
You're gonna like this. So.
You can whack it up, look at that.
Damn, you gotta fucking piss me off because I can't think of that Slipknot song, dude.
Wait and Bleed, dude, I'm telling you.
I know that one, but honestly, the one I'm thinking of is
There could be more. hey, no shit. After the storm, a was driving. Like, I figured west was the best way to go to get a cell phone signal. We didn't have no cell phone either, or any kind of services at all. So I was driving west and figured I'd get a cell phone signal. Okay, well, I have no radio to listen to either. So I pulled out my CDs. My fucking CDs, dude. You remember what a fucking CD is, right? I got a big ass collection of CDs. It's like, all right, what the hell do I listen to? So I threw. We always talking about Creed, My Own Prison, or Torn, or whatever, being like a fucking badass song. I was like, man, that whole CD was badass. So did you put that in there? So I pulled a CD out of my fucking thing and put it in my truck. That's played maybe 2 CDs in its entire fucking 8 years in existence. And yeah,
dude, that was hot, man. Creed was the shit.
the My Own Prison CD, that was a great fucking CD, dude.
That was the one with Higher and all that.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not wrong, I think that was their 3rd CD, but because they were around a little bit before that, but that was the one that really kicked them off, I think. But yeah, that was a great CD.
Yeah.
Like, that whole CD is good. It reminds me of Matchbox 20. Matchbox 20 had a CD beforehand, but they're one that really took them off with 3 AM and Push and all of that. Dude, that's a great CD too. Yeah.
I love it.
DJ Red did one like that. It's 3 AM. He's trying to cut his grass. It's fucking pouring down rain.
I love DJ Rat, man. That dude's a fucking
He
trip.
does a good job.
That dude's a trip, man.
It's 3 AM. It's fucking raining. He's trying to cut his grass, get all kinds of ruts.
I wanted to do something like that too, if talk about cutting grass in South Louisiana. If you ain't gotta throw your crops in 4-wheel drive to cut grass.
Dude, rain every fucking day, dude.
This is the longest I've ever remembered it going without
Yeah,
rain,
well,
and it's
we're
been
finally
like
got a
5
cool
days,
front,
4
and
days.
Dude, it's beautiful weather. Right?
Love it.
But we have it
Late
right now.
September, man.
Tomorrow's gonna shit.
Beautiful, dude.
But dude, the week before this in Venice, last week,
So sherry, dude.
This is
Super
week,
sherry.
This is the wheat of sherry. Meaning, like, you know how when you got something that's super wheated, like, it just kind of smooths everything out,
Yeah.
and that's all you smell is just like this rounded,
I get
rounded smoothness.
so it's so sherry. I get like stewed figs, right? Stewed plums, maybe.
I say figs
you're right on the
Because-
note when I think about figs.
because it's
And I don't eat
figs aren't
figs that
strong.
much,
I like figs.
Figs are super light,
Yeah.
mellow, just easy.
I
There's
get
nothing over abrasive about it on the palate.
on the taste.
I get that.
You even get a hint of soy sauce if you like soy sauce.
I do. I love soy sauce.
You get a hint of that.
That's where that salty brine comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I ain't gonna lie, like it's so savory, it comes off almost like a cooked down mushroom. It's fucking crazy. You
On
know?
the palate?
Yeah.
I'm not getting that on the
Oh.
nose.
Wait till you taste it. I don't get it on the nose either.
But okay, so here's what I'm getting on the nose. I can kind of see the fig.
I get
I mean,
figs.
it's been. I haven't had a good fig right off the tree since.
If that one, the one we just had was great, and it was
Oh,
like
wow.
sherry to 100. This is sherry to 150.
I used to have a badass fig tree in my
Super
backyard,
sherry.
and then hurricane took it.
It's so sherry that it comes off savory. You know what I mean?
I don't remember which one, but I had it was a legit big ass fucking fig tree, and one of the hurricanes just leaned it over, and I couldn't get it back up.
Because where Scotland where Westland would age their stuff in Scotch or finish it. Maybe Westland's finished for what, 4 years at the most, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't say anything
This thing is
about it.
12
really.
years in a sherry cask. 12 fucking years.
So the whole, it's not finished.
No,
sherry.
it's not finished.
It's sherry.
It's sherry. It's why it's so like concentrated, you know, concentrated sherry cask.
You know, back to the weather or whatever, being as nice as it is.
Fucking notes in there.
I don't know how it was here, but
I
last week,
Two
in
drinks of
Venice
this, and I bought another bottle.
was probably the worst weather I've ever seen in my life. And then this week's nice.
Oh, this week's
Fucking
beautiful, dude.
Like, it rained and stormed its ass off the whole week
Right.
while I was at work in Venice last week. It was miserable. I have 3 pairs of waterproof boots all 3 pairs of those motherfuckers got soaked. I was alternating them each day, going for the driest ones that I had.
It's like a bourbon, huh?
It was terrible.
Yeah, first of all, this is super freaking dark.
For 12 years.
And I get it, like, it's 12 year, but,
Sherry.
what is it,
It reminds me though, like right
what
after
is it I
Ida,
had the other
we
day?
had great weather after Ida. People's like, oh, just remember, 4 or 5 days ago, Mother Nature was trying to fucking kill you. Now she's making up for it.
18 logical one, no.
18.
I had an 18-year-old when I was on
Did you?
vacation a few years back.
Did you?
Macallan's back out.
How was she?
And I don't know if she was this dark as dark as this is.
Well,
but
McAllen's
You don't know if she was that dark?
McAllen's not natural color. So
This is dark.
this is natural color, no chill filter.
dark.
So
This is dark for a Scotch, dude.
I'm still trying to. I haven't tasted it yet. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm grabbing on this nose. Like
This is dark for a bourbon. Right, this is dark for a Texas bourbon.
Epiphany Elitist.
I like this. This is
I get the fig. I'm just there's something else in here. I'm not. You know what it is? You know those fruit cups that are they're packed in I don't know, it's freaking sugar water basically, right? Like syrup or whatever.
with the fruits in it.
Yeah, and it's got like the pears, the peaches.
Oh yeah. You got the ones in the water and you got the ones in the syrup.
Yeah, the fruit cocktail cup and syrup. Like that's what I'm getting with this. Like it's all light
It's
fruit,
very
super
fruity,
sweet, man. Oh,
The one with the syrup though, that's what you're going for, right?
yeah, that's what I'm getting. Because sometimes I get peach, sometimes I get pear, but I mean it's all light fruit, fig. But I mean it's
The thing
Man,
about
it's
Scotch
good.
whiskey
I don't know
is
the proofing
the
on
12 year. It's 92, but
I think the proofing's good on it. I
the
get
12
that. Just
year.
the subtle burn is perfect.
that you have, Ralphie had spotted out flat out. He had talked about this whiskey. He said that being a 12 year, there's older cask in here. So the 12 year is the lowest, like the youngest whiskey they have to age it as 12 years. He's like, I guarantee it is older whiskey in here. Being so dark and just refined, you know what I mean? It's good, dude.
oh
Do
my
you
Right.
think you're doing a
God.
lore approach on this, where
Bruh.
they have a lot of other different things in here?
No, it's old as fuck. They probably teaspoon 12 year whiskey in there.
This is a million times sherry.
Yeah.
It's now I don't necessarily taste mushroom, but I get what you're saying
It's
by
savory.
mushroom because it's savory, but it's kind of got like that, like if you picked a mushroom
It's
out the
rich.
yard and you shook it, and it kind of had that
It's so
dusty.
rich. Like
Yeah.
the flavor is so.
Yeah.
So
It's thick. Like
Yeah.
the flavor's thick
it's
there.
it's
It's like you're drinking syrup, but it's not thick like syrup.
they
It's-
probably took like very, very, very old whiskey and put a teaspoon of fucking 12 year whiskey in there. Because that's probably 20 something year old Scotch we'll be drinking.
Why the fuck would they do that though? To sell
Dude,
it?
this is the
To sell it,
smoothest.
to get their name out. And they do that right, and they do that initially to get their name out. That's why I bought another bottle, because your other 12 year Edward 12 is going to taste exactly opposite from this, because they're going to add more 12 year once they get their name out. So while the getting's good, you fucking buy that shit.
Either that, or it's gonna go from whatever you paid to twice that.
Skyrocket, yeah.
Yeah.
Like fucking what's it
Because
called?
all of our thousands of followers
That is fucking
are
phenomenal,
watching this
dude.
right now.
That really is phenomenal.
I'm gonna go snag them up a bottle,
Hey, look, man.
and instantly because
If
of
you
the
follow
Whiskey
us-
Couyons,
That probably
And you subscribe to YouTube, you're in the know.
that's
Now you know.
really old whiskey that they put in
This
that
is
at
why
12.
we should have more followers.
Yeah.
People don't know.
They put
This
that
is
as a
good.
12 year age, but it's really
This is
old
great.
Scotch whiskey, dude.
that isn't. When you said 12 years, like that is not 12.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, that's dark
For-
red Texas
For
whiskey.
uncolored, non-chill filtered whiskey, this is not 12 years old.
I'm telling you, they teaspoon 12-year whiskey into some old scotch.
Well,
Like stuff that, you know how much that bottle
16,
costs?
18.
$74.
This
Normally
is-
that bottle would be well over.
this is
100.
counterproductive in a kind of a sense, because, alright, why the fuck would you put a 12-year-old whiskey in it to sell it? But people will buy a 12-year-old whiskey at a cheaper price than they would buy, say, a 25-year-old whiskey at a higher price, especially if they don't know the name.
Yeah.
So
You're trying to get their name out there.
they're trying to get their name, so they oh, this is a 12-year at this price, and it's really
Let's go
fucking
ahead
good.
and-
Yeah.
So when they actually
Drop
say
the
it's
12 in there.
25-year and they want $350 a bottle, you might actually pay it.
Right.
So it's good advertising.
They're
It's smart
They're
strategy.
using it to get their name out and advertise, but I'm using it to get high-aged whiskey for a damn good price.
This is
You know?
phenomenal,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. It's actually number 3 on the best whiskey. It falls right behind Lefroy Lure. I like Springbank 12, Lefroy Lure, and then this. This comes in the 3rd.
I'm gonna.
I love it.
Now I haven't had as much lore as you have, but I might put this above lore, dude. This is
I love this
really,
whiskey.
really good.
Wait
This
till you
is-
have that Springbank.
This
Well,
is
Springbank's
I thought he was like,
good,
dude, you can't be serious, really?
Springbank
Like, Lord,
is phenomenal.
come on, you fucking shit. Dude, it's fucking good.
Springbank's really good.
this might be better than simply because it's okay. First of all, it's not smoky.
No, it's not.
It's
At
Hey,
all.
why don't you grab the lore bottle? We can compare.
it's it's
Or
complex.
Springbank.
It's complex
no,
still.
not the lore.
Like it's still complex.
Oh,
All the
yeah.
but oh man, it's so smooth though.
It's
Like
very,
it's absolutely
Very smooth.
the only. It's
I find the flavor is
it's
so
sherry
rich.
esque.
It's
100%.
rich. Yeah.
The flavor is so rich and
It's like
vibrant.
sherry
and
turned
intense.
up to 1,000,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It's like I said, it's almost like it's a syrup. The flavor is just so thick on the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It,
100%.
Yeah, heavy mouthfeel.
that's what I like
Consistency
about
is
it.
heavy.
The viscosity of it.
Yeah, look at the legs.
It's
on that
amazing.
shit, dude. Fucking
Legs.
92 proof.
Legs.
And dude,
It's
it,
crazy.
it has that little bit of bite to it that I like really enjoy. That higher proof kind of like bite. Not that it is a high proof, but you get that on it,
Right.
which is actually really weird because it's aged 12 years. You wouldn't
Mhm.
normally think you would get that, but
No, it's great. And again, like you were saying though, not that it's aged 12 years, because if it's a blended whiskey, they have to put the youngest blended, the youngest whiskey in the blend
Yeah.
on the label. So if they're blending stuff, they can have 20, 18, 25-year-olds
Yeah, they just
and,
teaspoon
and a dash of 12, and they still
Yeah,
got
we
the
call
12.
it 12.
I
Yeah.
would be willing to bet if we reviewed this that it would hit
Oh,
higher marks
it'd be up
than
there.
what we've done before.
At the very least, it would be on par
Yeah.
with our highest mark so far, which is Lore and Corey Gray.
I would say so.
At the very least, I personally would give this a higher mark. God dang! You know what? This is Macallan 18, dude.
I would think it's better than Macallan.
No, I mean like it's that like it's
Yeah.
on. When you say this is not 12 years old,
Oh, it's
like,
not.
This is
It's-
the
yeah.
same wood notes that you get from an 18-year-old. That's the same you're
Oh,
getting in here.
Oh, yeah. It's got some maturity, but
Absolutely.
they're bullshitting thinking that's a 12-year whiskey.
Nah.
Macallan 18 is chill filtered and this and that, which basically makes it Macallan 12 in my book. So, about the
But I
same.
mean, you
but
get more wood notes in it and less of the other flavors.
just as
honestly,
creamier and richer than any Macallan I've ever had.
But
Macallan,
I haven't had the Macallan distillers.
After I had this, dude, like, I immediately bought me another bottle. Like,
And you said 74?
dude, that's what I'm saying. The dude,
if I've seen this in stores, I'd buy 2 bottles.
the
At
guy,
74, I'd buy 2 bottles.
the guy that I talked to when I went out, I checked it out. Like, I was at a liquor store. He was like, "Yeah, man, have you ever had Edredor before?" I was like, "No, man, I never had Edredor. I almost bought the 10-year, but I get the 12." He said, "The 10-year is great." He said, "The 12-year will change the way you buy scotch and taste scotch." And you're like, "I'm like, damn, dude, I don't know. I've had a lot of scotch, so I'm telling you." And after I bought it, I'm like, "Fuck it." I was sitting at home one night, like, I'm gonna pop it open. I popped it open. I was like, "Damn," I was impressed.
And this is a Highland, too.
Yeah.
I've never really been too impressed with a lot of Highlands. I mean,
I love Highland Scotch, but Highland still falls behind Island. For me,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, absolutely.
but damn, dude, that is just for an unpeated, just a Scotch in general. That's just phenomenal, dude. The flavor on it.
it's.
I love it.
I had to say top 5.
I was highly impressed with it.
Top 5 I've probably ever had.
Now again, I haven't had
Springbank
as much.
12, Lore, Ardbeg.
But for young people like
What
us,
reckon?
older people have had like very good, like very prestige fucking whiskey, right? But as far as Scotch wise,
Yeah,
dude, they don't make Scotch like that nowadays anymore. That is like
demand.
right.
But
Can't
this
keep up with it.
this
No,
is
it should be
fairly unknown
It should be more than
and
what
fairly
it is.
probably. They don't produce what
Right.
say an Ardbeg or a
No.
Lore or a Lagavulin or a Lafroy
It
does.
should be way more than what it is.
But you might be able to find it because people don't
I
really know
guarantee
about
you,
it.
if they keep making this,
it'll be well over 100.
yeah, next year,
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
next year you won't find it
That'll
at this
be
price.
200,
and
right.
2 years from now,
But again, like
won't
you
get it
said,
for less than 100. Guaranteed.
this is probably better, and it'll probably get watered down.
Right.
Into
It'll change later.
Yeah.
But right now, this bottle and that bottle I have that's just sitting there waiting to be opened, it's an experience that is well underpriced right now. So if you do see the Caledonia right now, buy it. In 3 years now, when you hear it, we watch this video, it's probably not the same whiskey. So.
Buy 2 or 3 of them,
It is
drink
great.
one of them, and save the other ones for later.
Great stuff.
This is gonna be
Because
a,
you might be sitting on a
that's
2,
gonna,
3,
that's gonna be a
$400
dusty.
bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dust.
I ain't saying trade it in, but
If you
Like
like
that
that,
experience.
dude, I don't know if I want to hit you with the fucking Superman of whiskeys with that Springbank 12, but that
I mean,
is
we can.
fucking phenomenal, dude.
We can. I mean,
You'd have to have it after this and not go to a bourbon right after. You'd have to have just the Springbank right after.
I don't know, let's do it.
Dude, Springbank.
You hyping it
no,
up, and
no, we can't. Not tonight. I don't want to do it. I got all these. I got the Stag 18 and all kind of shit. We got to try that shit.
you got Stag 18?
Well,
There's no
yeah.
such thing as a Stag 18, but go for it. Let's go.
So, alright, so honestly,
Or unless you got George T. Stag.
I've showed. Oh, shit, here we go.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot.
All right,
about that.
so-
That's Taylor though.
E.H. Taylor Amaranth.
Alright.
Well, let's get this.
Where
out
did you
of
get
the way.
these now?
I get to it in a second.
Yeah,
Before I take the
but
rest out.
I agree with
Let's
you.
give this the proper
I agree with you. So,
send off.
So with that Scotch, with the Caledonia, with what you have for bourbon wise, I think we have, in the same sense, with the Scotch equivalent of it, I don't think we should move on to Springbank. I think that's for another night. But you're gonna really like that Springbank 12 cash strength.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been over here probably. Now it takes us 4 months to get back
I know.
to your place, but every time we come back over here, I hear about Springbank 12, and
You're gonna fucking love that shit, okay?
I'd say
Honestly,
night just try a
If
little
it
bit
warm
of it,
wrestles Lafroy lore and it puts it in its place a couple of nights, it's damn good.
Fuck it.
So I'm ready to try the bourbon you got.
Anything you drink next to Lafroy Lore, I think is
I love Lafroy.
it needs its mention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lore is hands down one of the better whiskeys I've ever tried.
Yeah, just put stuff.
I didn't
against
believe them at first, but I tried it and it is.
I like this lore, man. But yeah, I really do like this Edgeador Caledonia as well.
Well, we watched that Saints game over here when the Saints smacked the Packers. That's when I had it.
Ooh. Yeah, the Saints did kind of put the Packers in their place.
Yeah, dude, I'll play the head, dude.
Good shit.
Oh, dude. Hey. I don't even know if we can get to this at this point, but
Compass box.
fucking old soul, man.
Look, I just got a couple of pours. They're gonna be small.
Okay.
We'll get to that after.
We're
It's up to
doing
you.
TikTok after this, right? So I mean, we just drink whatever. but-
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fine.
I got about.
Y'all good on like inebriation wise? You okay? Y'all probably all pissed and clear, but it's okay. Y'all good?
I'm good right now, to be honest with you. Like
I
I
probably
said,
got about.
it's
3
been
hours.
such a terrible month, and honestly, this has been great. This is great
I'm not
therapy
making a
because
piece of
I've
it.
actually
You're
really
right.
been-
Dude, that Caledonia was weight, right?
I
Right.
really needed
What?
this. Like, we haven't been able to do this in a while. Like, man,
I
I'm
could sense
really.
it when I was texting you this week, man. I could sense like you were very short.
I'm
like
burnt
you just didn't have a lot of information or anything left to offer. Yeah.
I'm burnt out, dude.
You know what? You know what helps though?
Y'all fuel me, man. For real, like y'all.
Honestly, you know what helps?
Whiskey.
You sure it says it all, dude?
Whiskey helps.
I got the hat, the black hat. I got a black hat just like that.
Honestly, though, whiskey does help, but I mean, really, just we haven't been able to hang out or do anything at all, really, since fucking end of August.
We got any more scotch? No. That
Spring
we're gonna
Bake
do.
12.
Oh, we probably won't do that though. I'm not gonna rinse this out. We're gonna
I'm
go.
gonna keep pushing.
Bourbon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go bourbon.
Somebody turned my bourbon glass into a fucking
Dropper glass.
dropper. Man, I'm gonna finish this.
Yeah, that was you.
But no,
Damn, I taste residual bourbons after that scotch. It's weird. It's like after coming off
Alright.
scotch, you get corn and stuff like
when
that.
it comes to me texting
Alright,
and this and that, if I'm texting,
That was
I'm
great,
not doing
though, right?
anything. But if I'm not texting, like I'm just not into it. Like I'm busy, I'm doing shit.
After all we had to drink, wasn't
Not
the fucking Edgador still an experience? That
No,
was great,
Out
right?
of all we had to drink tonight, which I mean I don't know, we've obviously drank way more than that in one sitting, and we still will. But
so far.
we had
Oh, we had some giants, dude.
seven or eight like little different glasses so far, and dude, that Edgador's my favorite.
It's just
Over
really good.
Lore.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
I would
with
say I'd have to drink them side by side, which I'm not gonna do that right now.
I think it would just depend on if you want smoke or if you don't want smoke.
It'd be the same difference,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think-
between Edgador and Ardbeg.
I think that's the
and
three
Leroy.
giants right now: the Ardbeg, the Lure, and the Ecuador. Those are like the man. You could go neck to neck on probably those. And the Edgador, to me, honestly, might actually even beat out
I like
the
that.
Ardbeg for me.
Now here's what I'm
But
gonna
still,
go with.
surprise of the night is that
West-
Westwood, man.
Oh,
That
that's good, dude. I didn't.
great.
Here's what I'm
really
gonna
good.
say. Well, you're talking about standing neck and neck, right? Side by side, putting the three Lefroy, Ardbeg, Edgador together. Edgador's at least $10 cheaper than all of them, and that's if you find them at retail.
They
And
won't,
I find-
it won't be like that long though.
No, but I'm
It's gonna
saying
go up.
like to me right now, as it stands, I would probably buy the Edgador if I saw them sitting side by
Yeah.
side in a store together at the price.
What I
We
really
all
like
pay
about the
equal,
Edgador is the
you know?
richness and the fullness of the flavor that you get out of
Well,
your
just
drink.
think if you had that at cash drink. Oh my god, dude.
But
Get the fuck out of here.
That beats Lore and Ardbeg to me. The richness and the fullness and
It's
the,
there.
the viscosity of the drink when you drink it. So I
Yeah.
mean, that's amazing. And then after that, it's just what do you prefer? Whether you like the Edgador, or you like the Ardbeg, or you like the Lefroy, smoke taste or
Right.
so on like that. So it's after that, it's just there. But the viscosity, the thickness of that drink is amazing.
What we had on time, man?
I have no idea.
I don't know
We
what
call it
whiskey.
whiskey night now.
Okay, all right, y'all. This is Whiskey Couyons. That's the end of Whiskey Night. If you don't have it yet, we're gonna continue on for a little while, just trying a few small samples that we received. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram. We do lives every now and again. So just if you don't have enough content and you want more, check us out on those other programs, and we'll be around.
We got content on YouTube and TikTok.
Right.
A little
Whiskey
bit on
Couyons.
Instagram. We got stuff all over the place. So we appreciate any follows and likes and subscriptions that you can give us.
That's it.
That's it.
Alright, guys.